Are you a business owner looking for real advice and input? You're in the right place. From concept to launch to growth, funding, and beyond. Welcome to Startup Hustle with your hosts. One once sold a business for $150 million. The other, the author of $1 Million Bedroom. Here are your hosts of Startup Hustle, Matt DeCourcy and Matt Watson.
And we're back. Another episode of Startup Hustle. Matt DeCourcy here with Matt Watson. Hi, Matt.
What's going on, man?
Had to bring experts in. Experts. Your problem, your rock star tendencies are going to finally be satisfied. I know you've been... dude, anyway, let's just introduce the guy because I know that, I mean, I had to bring in Justin Prestidge of Custom Trailer Pros, found at CustomTrailerPros.com. You're the CEO and founder, and I mean, he had an immediate impression when he pulled up here to the studio.
Yeah, it's hard to find his parking spot. There's some sort of tour bus out there running. I didn't see any action, just a running tour bus, so I couldn't park my car. Sorry, I was a little late.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry about that.
For real, man.
Yeah, I'm
like,
sorry.
Everyone thought the thing was imaginary.
No, I'm sorry.
It's so hard to miss a tour bus with a seahorse painted on the side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and the rainbows too.
It's hard to understand the purpose of that. Or a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, but sometimes we do arenas, like the Sprint Center and stuff, so we take the tour bus.
By sometimes, do you mean like every...
Once.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do have a suite at the Sprint Center too,
Yeah,
so we go there and we have sweet and greets.
Yeah, so we are actually at the Sprint Center,
Yeah,
but not
so all our
necessarily
friends pack on the tour bus and we go down to the Sprint Center
Right.
and we have an event, and then sometimes we'll get drunk and parties happen afterwards on the tour bus.
Hashtag tax write-off.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's an integral part of the business.
Can you make me a new one?
Sure. Whatever you like.
Matt,
Can you make me like a food trailer I can tow behind?
What you really need is a little...
That would be fucking awesome. That's
you need
what
a
I
little
want.
taco trailer.
Yes!
That you can tow behind.
Like the one in Vegas.
Yes. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
We'll put a porch on it. You can put a barbecue grill back there.
Dude.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
We'll rock it out.
Next level.
We're going to have to get a bigger parking lot.
There's next level shit to this.
I know. We're going to have to get a better parking lot.
You're going to need a shuttle lot soon.
For those of you listening, man, there's... yeah, you just let your imagination run wild, and you can figure out if any.
You
of
can
this
build any kind of trailer you want. This guy can do it.
and that's
right.
true.
Yeah,
and that's true, and that's what I want to talk about. So you do a lot, Justin. You guys, 20 years ago, the food truck was not really a thing. It might have been more like the cotton candy truck, at like the fair or like something like that.
Roach coach.
Right.
Some disgusting mobile food.
Fried Twinkie truck.
Right.
Yeah, true. And
nasty.
now this has come up though, man. Like I mean like not like a conversation, but it's come up. Like it's very well established. There's a lot of people doing it, and the custom trailer business in general has got to be popping.
It is. It's really popping. We've seen tremendous growth just in mobile food. The way people consume food now has changed. And the brick and mortar restaurant is no longer the only player in the game. And so mobile food is sexy. You can take an area like here in Kansas City, if you take the West Bottoms, and there's hardly anything there, but then you have once a month for Saturdays, they open up the shops, they bring the food trucks down there, and now there's thousands of people walking around having a good time. Mobile food is what's made that happen.
What's been the big change? I mean, from the outside looking in, I think it's first off starts with like the actual quality. Like it's not just like, hey, here's like you said, a fried Twinkie.
Yeah.
Like it's actual like
pretty gourmet food.
Yeah, it can be, and then there's actually some operations that are, I mean, really top notch. Like
I was at a place at Hong Kong when I was there 3 weeks ago or whatever. There was a food trailer, and it actually said on the side of the trailer that had hamburgers that they had a Michelin star.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
I didn't eat their hamburgers, but they sure sounded damn good.
They better
Michelin
be if they've got
star
a Michelin
hamburger.
star.
That's crazy.
Well, by the way, and for those of you that aren't aware, like a Michelin rating is like that's world class, like legitimately world class. And we in the business documentaries episode where we told everyone some business documentaries to watch, and then Watson never watched them, so we never got to do a follow up. I watched all of them.
I literally spit my coffee out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
I know what I'm doing this weekend.
oh my God. So,
Yeah, in 2008.
by the way, welcome to Startup
Yeah.
Hustle, Justin. This is,
Perfect.
clearly we deserve the rating and ranking that
Right.
we've achieved. It's
Right.
our level of professionalism.
I
And
think this show specifically this episode will just take you up another notch.
we just,
Another star.
Well, I had to
Right.
talk to
Another
Matt. I
star.
said, Matt, I really need you to have fun on the show. And then he went out to lunch and
When drinking.
went drinking.
Right.
So he's taking it a little too far. But,
Right.
But obviously, so Michelin star. In the business documentaries episode, there's this little tiny restaurant in a Japanese subway station.
Right.
Have
Yep.
you seen this?
Yes.
It's Hiro Loves Sushi.
Yes.
But it's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
he's got like multiple stars.
Yeah.
Like it's like considered one of the best sushi restaurants in the
5-star.
world. And it's just like a little booth. And
Right.
it's such an amazing show. But it shows that quality of food doesn't always come with a fancy anything.
We can just make one thing really, really good.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
Which is the
exactly-
point of every
pretty much
startup.
what they
Figure
do.
out one thing to do, be
Right,
the best
right.
at it, and kick ass.
Yeah, I mean,
So what are you guys the best at then?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, what we're best at is mobile food is a startup.
Yeah,
And that's my thing is I love startups. I love helping startups. I coach startups as my side hustle. I mean, it's something that I'm passionate about. And mobile food is just one of the ultimate startups. People come to us all the time, and we call them dreamers. They think if they can cook a good meal, they'll be successful, right? And startups are the same way. They think, oh, I've got this great idea. If enough people find out about it, I'll be successful. But there's a million other steps to being successful, even if you've got a great idea.
Nah, it's easy. I just buy a food truck
Right.
and dominate the world.
Right, exactly.
easy.
My grandma tells me I should do this full time, so I'm going to start cooking biscuits full time. Well,
Biscuits and gravy.
right.
We got this.
But-
You've got to be able to serve a lot of food in a short amount of time. So what we do is we've taken a lot of people view, the trailer industry, for example, right? They call me up and they feel like it's going to be an experience where they're talking to a used car salesman. And so they think it's going to be a back and forth. We're going to have to beat each other up on the price and go through a whole process where it.
that clicking was
Right.
the yawn counter.
I heard the yawn.
He's cyclical.
God.
He's cyclical.
Yeah.
I know. He's donating to charity for every time you hear that click.
I'm going to donate to the money gun.
I'll keep telling
it's
long
the light.
stories
It's the
then.
lighting in here.
Right.
This son of a bitch can afford a tour bus, but we can't get a window.
Right,
in here.
exactly.
So it's like these tube lights.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Have
So
you
you
seen
don't
them?
negotiate and you charge full price.
Well, we try to be kind of
I'm
like.
just kidding.
Well, it's actually kind of true. We tell people all the time, we don't want it to be us versus our customer. We want to be a strategic partner with you in the industry because it's a big deal. It's very challenging to get started.
Yeah,
right?
what does it cost to buy one of these things?
Man, that's not a fair question.
I mean, are these
Yeah.
new? They're all new?
Everything's new.
So what's a
Everything is
ballpark?
built
I mean,
to
is this-
order. Yeah, I mean, our average sale price right now is $36,000.
That's
All
not
right.
that much,
Not
man.
bad.
It's
That's
about
not
as
that
low.
much.
What does it
cost.
cost to open a restaurant, buy a
Way-
grease trap and all
Right,
that bullshit?
Way
250.
more
Way
than
more.
that.
The grease
Yeah.
trap costs that much.
Does
Right.
it? What do you know
Yeah.
about grease traps, dude?
You know. Do your trucks have grease traps on?
Absolutely.
There you go.
It's already cheaper.
Does your tour bus
Yeah.
have one?
It's a kitchen
Yes, it
on
does.
wheels. I mean,
Yeah.
we've
I tow
got
one.
fire suppression system in there.
Yep.
Grease traps, gas lines,
Yep.
everything. Very high quality, very professionally done. And so, yeah, that's our whole position is that we're a strategic partner for you in this. That we're not just trying to sell you a product. We're a national dealership, so we've got trailers going all over the country. And the health code regulations in Denver are different than they are in Tallahassee,
Yeah.
right?
I was going to ask about some of the challenges, and that's got to be it. I mean, and also just even like where you can't just like roll out in your food truck in the morning and just park anywhere.
Oh, I
Right.
can.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you can't. You're not going to last there for
Last-
long. You're
yeah,
gonna be
right.
up there. So in a previous conversation, you mentioned that your favorite book about startups is Lean Startup by Eric
Right.
Ries. First off, I have a funny story about that. When $1 Million Bedroom came out, it got up to number 2 in the startups category because I managed to launch my books about startups and small business at the same week as Eric fucking Ries, who's like the startup guy.
Right.
So we made it to number 1 in small business, and we didn't even come close to number 1, still being at number 2.
And startups.
And startups, yeah.
Right.
So damn you, Eric
Right.
Ries. But this is a version of a lean startup.
Right.
Like we said, like at $36,000, you can actually afford to. Well, it's a lot more accessible.
It's more accessible, right? And there's the whole concept of build, measure, learn that's laid out in the lean startup, right? Where you introduce something, you see what the feedback is, you measure that feedback, you adjust it, and you reintroduce it, right? And so it's the same thing that you can do with the menu on a food truck, right? You have 5 menu items, what's selling, what's not selling. You're constantly evaluating that. Chefs tend to be like artists. They get very attached to what they create. And so it can be a challenge for them to properly evaluate that menu because they think, well, this certain dish I have on the menu is my favorite dish. I'm not taking it off the menu.
So you mentioned earlier that you want to be a strategic partner with the people you're building. You expand on that a little bit. Like, are you literally partnered with them on some level, or is it just like you mentioned, like, hey, don't get just tips or trying to help them? And do you do that because if they do well, they come back and buy more trailers?
First of all, it's just in my DNA. I love helping people be successful. So I want to see my customers be successful. It is reciprocal, right? They'll give me positive reviews and do all of that stuff. And so it is self-serving for me to partner with them. The thing is, there are so many challenges and there's so much red tape to get into it and we've been through it so many times.
What are those challenges? Obviously, like you have.
We can't just sell tacos this weekend?
Right, probably not.
Shit.
It's funny. He mentioned a taco truck earlier. We were in Vegas, and I was like, "Dude, you want the best meal you've had?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "We're going." Okay, so this is hilarious. Can I tell the whole story?
Yeah,
or at least most of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna omit parts of it
Okay.
because anyways.
Admit what happened the next day.
No. So, well, maybe. Not the whole thing. All right, so we go to Vegas. I'm just going to lay this out there because I have to give the full details of this. This is kind of funny. We fly private to Vegas.
As you would.
We did. And then we get to our fancy hotel, and now we were both married at the time. I'm still married, right? But
I'm happily unmarried.
yeah. Right. So now with that, we got permission our wives were going to see, what was it, Backstreet Boys or something like that.
Yes.
So we got permission to do whatever we wanted. So we went and did some gambling, and I said, Matt, I'm kind of hungry. I said, I will take you to the best eat the best tacos you've ever had. And he's like, is it nearby? No, it's not even close to here. We're like on the strip. I mean, we're going to Spring and Wynn Hill Road or Wynn.
Like
I don't
downtown
know.
Vegas.
It's not downtown. It's like not even downtown. So there is a taco truck that is in the parking lot of a rim store and a strip club. They kind of shared the parking lot together, and it's not even a good strip
so you
club.
Get your tires changed.
Yeah, it's Play It Again Sam's.
Yeah.
If you're in Vegas, go check it out.
In Las
so
Vegas.
Our intent was to go there and get tacos, which then turned into a visit to Play
getting
It
new
Again
tires.
Sam's.
To getting tires.
Right.
No, we didn't buy tires.
I did not get a rim job.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Tires.
Yeah, tires.
Tires.
But anyway, turned into a trip to Play It Again Sam's, which just, it all went downhill from there. But with that being said, the actual tacos were amazing, and I've been there like 10 times. So every time I go back to Vegas, I by the way, I'm gonna just give you there's your 13 more charitable donations for your mouth. You owe, dude. You owe. But yeah, it's just amazing, like how
They did have the best tacos.
It was really good. It was really good. And I rave
And you
about
could buy
it.
tires.
I go back there. You can't buy tires
setup.
at the taco truck.
It's in the parking lot.
I know the taco truck's never even open when the rim store is, dude. So stay away from Play It Again, Sam's.
Right.
It's nothing but trouble in there. So, but like I said, literally, and I've gone there like 10 times. I go back there all the time, and I'll go back there again. But and by the way, it's not even a nice food truck. It's
right.
Like, it's
You should sell them a new one.
right.
Yeah.
So
To your taco truck, buy a new one.
Right, exactly. Well, the quality has changed so much over the years. In 2008, when the recession hit, there were legit chefs who were out of work because restaurants were going out of business and places were shutting down. Companies weren't financing new restaurants being opened. It was too risky. And so mobile food, that's a big part of why mobile food turned into a hot trend, is that you had out-of-work chefs looking for cheap ways to get back into it, but legit chefs who are creating delicious food.
Well, I love it like in places I think what's Portland. I've been there a couple times where they have like a whole block and there's like 25 of them. And they're not trailers that move around. They are trailers that are permanently there.
Totally.
And they're just all lined up.
People are converting containers.
Is that a major thing now too? Just like the trailer just there all the time?
The food truck courts, right? They've grown tremendously. So I think 2 years ago there were like 50 in the country. Now, last year there were 118.
Wow.
By the end of, it's either this year or next year, that number is supposed to triple.
And we don't have one in Kansas City that I know of, right?
Right. There was one down in the Crossroads.
The food truck festivals are really popular too.
Popular.
Just like, and wherever they are that they occur.
And you go to First Fridays, right? It's now a whole city block here in Kansas City that is covered with food trucks. And it started off as one empty parking lot, and now that empty parking lot has filled up, and there are 2 more blocks going down the street that are covered in food trucks. And so you can go down there and get whatever you want.
So you mentioned earlier the West Bottom, so we should give a little shout out. So we love the Philippines. We have 170 employees in the Philippines, and I go there every couple months. However many we have, it's a bunch.
Yeah. Did I mention we own the business together?
Yeah, full scale together.
No.
That wasn't.
But there's a food truck called KC Pinoy, and they have awesome Filipino food.
Right.
Well, evidently the food truck did so well, they opened a restaurant in the West Bottoms. You mentioned, and that's an area in Kansas City, and they have amazing Filipino food.
Right.
They went from a successful food truck, and now they have a restaurant.
Mobile food has become a marketing arm for restaurants, right? You build your brand, you build your following. There are now, you almost see this reverse trend where, so mobile food, you can start a trailer, right? A food trailer, build up your brand, build your following, and then open up a brick and mortar, right? Just like they did, like KC Pinoy. The flip side of that is you have major corporations, these big franchises that are now getting into mobile food as well.
It's got to be great for your business.
Yeah, they recognize that this is a trend, and especially the guys who are really smart in evaluating it are looking at it going, yeah, it's the trend that's not going away. So the goal has transitioned from trying to crush mobile food to really embracing it and starting mobile versions of their own stuff. And even there are franchises that are 100% mobile.
Wow.
So you look at certain situations.
I've seen that before on like the Shark Tank and stuff.
Right, exactly.
On the Shark Tank.
The Shank. Yeah.
The baby Shank Tank?
The baby Shank Tank.
It's a different show.
The baby Shark Tank.
I've actually been on the Shank Tank. It's a different
show. You're not trying to get funded on that one.
No.
You're just trying to get out alive.
Right.
So there's situations where brick and mortar is obviously confining. It's there. You can't just pick up your location and move it. And I could see a specific advantage because, you look at just even like public works or things that are going on. Like you see restaurants and things go out of business because the city's working on the corner.
Right.
Where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
It's like people just don't go into it. And now, granted, that might not happen, but if you could be in a bad situation, like you're not really making a lot of money, and then something like that comes, it's a kiss of death. Totally. Where I would assume with mobile stuff, like, well, let's roll it out somewhere else.
Exactly. We've had so many customers who start somewhere, right? We're going to be in the parking lot in front of Lowe's. Yeah. And it may or may not work. And if it doesn't work,
and then also the variety, though, like the variety. Like if you're in front of the same place every day, that could be really great for you, and it could also maybe not be so great. So, it's a
low cost of overhead to buy a truck or a trailer for $36,000 or whatever. And I bet a lot of them when they start may buy used ones for probably half that price or something.
A lot of them more than that too, though? Like
sure. I mean, we just did one for Big Boy franchise. Bob's Big Boy hamburger guys up in Bismarck, North Dakota. it was $70-some thousand.
And that's a more expensive one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so when
a
you make it a
high-end one.
trailer and not a truck, that might actually that makes it cheaper.
Drastically makes it cheaper. And your overall maintenance costs in the long run are also a lot cheaper, right?
Because you don't have to put an engine.
The truck is a commercial vehicle, right? So maintaining a commercial truck engine and parts and brakes and all that stuff is very expensive, whereas the trailer is just so low cost.
So what's different about a $70,000 trailer versus a?
It's mostly the equipment. Commercial restaurant equipment is super expensive. It's the most expensive part. A lot of times you pay more for the equipment inside the trailer than you do for the trailer itself.
I just want tacos and fried Twinkies.
That's right. You can do that.
You're running up a tab today, bro. You owe. All this Supreme money that you've been earning here at the show.
Yeah. Let me have that back.
No, you gotta earn
here.
it, dude. You haven't. You.
I only owe like $13,
Dude,
and one Supreme bill's $1,000.
I almost had
this.
to censor the program earlier. You're out of control. Yeah, the last thing I'm going to do is hand you a stack of cash. I had to take the money gun away from you before we started.
You were talking about getting new rims.
I'm going to let Justin shoot the money gun at you, and that's how you're getting paid for this episode, dude. Right. So, all right, every business has. I think one of the things that I've learned in the last however many years it took me to learn it is there's no such thing as a business without problems.
Right.
What are the problems that you and your clients regularly run into?
Yeah, we kind of touched on it before. Health codes are just such a huge deal because as mobile food grows, so do the restrictions around mobile food, right? So cities.
So what are some restrictions around it?
Yeah, cities are getting in on this where a fire suppression system as part of your cooking system is a really good example, right? So 2 years ago even, we were probably 1 out of 4 trailers were required to have it. Now it's 4 out of 5 are required to have it. And so that's a major trend that we've had codes change while the trailer is being built. So we started a build according to what the codes were at the time. And as we were wrapping up a build, the codes were different.
Scope
and so we have
creep.
to go back and change.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, so we help. It's one of the ways that we partner with our customers is we help create the plans, floor plans and specs so that they can actually submit those to the health department, to their fire safety guys, and have those pre-approved while the trailer's in production. And so that way, as long as the trailer comes out the way that it was designed, then it'll get passed.
Weird. That just feels weird. So like a grandfather's out.
Yeah, exactly. So even if you're looking at something that's used, right, and people will market it that way, hey, passes local health codes. Well, that may or may not be true because if you've got an existing trailer, it gets grandfathered in. Every time there's an update, they don't have to update their trailer. But when it changes hands and you have a new owner, that new owner is required to get it current. And so now,
what are common issues and challenges that the users or the operators face?
It's so weird. What's weird about it is, most people listening have probably dealt with some sort of government official who has a limited amount of power, but an unending desire to exercise that power.
I would call that a tiny general.
Right, exactly. And so you've got health inspectors who are, trying to make your life difficult sometimes. This is why we recommend getting your stuff pre-approved through the health department, so you take away some of that power. We want our customers to be on really good terms with the health department so that they can avoid some of this stuff. And so we literally had an inspector give one of our customers trouble, and he told the customer, you can actually go talk to the person who wrote the code. And they went and talked to the person who wrote the code. He was a volunteer that was volunteering with the city to help them come up with health codes.
I just want to point out, the problem is always whoever wrote the code.
Right.
You literally.
Well, software code,
right, exactly.
health code. Yeah, it's always a
Legal
code problem.
Coders.
Code problem.
So, they went and talked to him, and the guy who wrote the code said, you're actually correct. There's nothing wrong with the truck. You're correct. And so they went back to the health inspector, and he said, well, actually, I don't care what the guy who wrote the code said. This is how I interpret it, and I'm sticking to it.
There's been a way that I've been working to improve my own code, and Matt gave me this book to help. It's titled Baby Loves Coding.
Yeah, that's my level right there.
I'm not going to read from it. I'm going to do an episode where I just read this in its entirety, and that's the whole episode.
Right.
It'll probably turn into our most popular one overnight. But, so I recommend this. So you can see it. Yeah. Baby Loves Coding by Ruth Spiro. I don't want to read it because it's only like 9 pages long, and I just really got to save it. Also,
I'll add that to my list.
Yeah. Well, I know you like Eric Ries.
Right.
Gary Vee and some other people. So you really should add that to the list. So we sometimes quiz other people, but I think you should quiz us as far as I think we should attempt to answer what the most popular types of food are in food trucks. Do you know? Or at least by your version?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have a good idea. At least what's number one.
Okay, so he knows that.
Shit.
Do you know? Can you come up with the top 3? Because I think Matt and I both get 3 guesses.
Is this like
6
Family
total.
Feud style?
Yeah, exactly. And if we don't get it, then
do you have a big board that will put
but we're gonna play, guys. The stakes just went up here. I've got $1,000 Supreme dollars from the money gun. So you're gonna win this, or we're gonna win it.
Okay.
So wherever it goes. Now I'm gonna just believe that your integrity is high and you won't tell us the answers are wrong when we're right.
Right.
So we're going to put a lot of faith in you, Justin.
Okay, my integrity is very high.
So do you want to go first or do you want me to? I'm going first. Tacos.
Shit.
That's your answer for number one.
That is my first. No, it's like
top
Family
3.
Feud. I just got to get one of the 3.
Top 3.
Okay, tacos is correct.
Yes.
Is that number 1?
It's number 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, wow. Barely slid in.
Mm.
Go.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with snow cones.
Ooh, not on the list.
Damn it!
That was the worst guess ever, dude.
It's
it's a food truck. It's not.
It's not a bad guess. We've done a number. We literally have one just delivered
Justin.
to Denver. But
Justin.
See, it's good.
Hey, stop. That was terrible. I'm gonna have to just take this on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
That's number 2. I would call it fast food, right? Burgers and fries.
Sure.
Number
The
1.
pressure's on.
This is embarrassing.
That was
for
number
you guys.
2?
That was number 2. Yeah, number 1 has not been guessed. I can give you
It's
a hint
embarrassing
that will
for
give
Matt.
it.
No,
Okay.
dude. And
All right.
come on, Watson, hurry up. If you say something like snow cones again, dude.
So smoothies probably
Right.
That's probably okay. Hold on.
It's not frozen yogurt.
Jeez. Man.
Come
You
on.
really can't think of a type of food? This is terrible. Name anything.
Pizza. We're going with pizza.
I think that might be number 1.
That's not a bad guess, but it's not a correct guess.
Also wrong?
Number 1.
You're putting a lot of pressure on me here, bro.
Come on, let's go.
Is burritos different than tacos? Because I mean, if that's I might be right.
I'd include it in the taco category.
Was that my guess? Because I guess it was. Because I know it's not. So there you go, dude.
So it has to be chicken fingers. That's all that's left. Just fucking
No
chicken
way.
fingers.
Barbecue.
Oh, barbecue! Come
Hey,
on!
come on.
Oh
You guys
my
are from
God.
Kansas City.
How is that number 1 in the United States?
There's so many.
Hey, man.
Because
What? No.
mobile food is so ideal for barbecue.
No.
You
You
smoke
have to have
it
a
ahead
smoker.
of time.
Oh,
yeah, you
ahead
do it
of
ahead of
time.
time. You smoke
my
it at
God.
3 o'clock in the morning. It's done and ready to go. You pull up and you start slinging ribs. Premium dollars.
I'm embarrassed.
Serve a lot of food
I'm embarrassed,
fast.
man.
You guys
Sign it.
This is embarrassing. How do we not? I never would have thought barbecue would have
You're-
been a worldwide sensation. Number 1 of food.
It's all over the
literally
place.
in the barbecue
Lord.
capital
Think
of the
we're-
world, and we didn't get
Right.
Oh
barbecue.
my God.
Texas is super popular for mobile food and barbecue.
Pay him, man. Pay the man
man.
his money. Dude, you're an embarrassment to guessing types of food. Snow cones?
Burritos?
Burritos was at least an actual food. My God.
You've never had snow cones? You've never had at
had
your
snow
kid's
cones,
party
but I didn't go
or
to a-
school?
I didn't go to a-
snow cone truck pull up and your daughter's like, "Oh, snow cones!"
You don't need a whole trailer to
Yeah,
make
you
snow
do. There's
cone-
a fuck ton of flavors. You've never had all the flavors of snow cones?
So when you're engineering the layout of a food trailer, are you commonly
You've never been to
provisioning
tropical
an
snow?
extra 5 yards for the different flavors?
You've never been to tropical
yeah.
Those are,
snow?
you shave the ice and it's like
Yeah,
a
in a
pump.
trailer. They're trailers.
Dude, all right, stop.
God.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
It's a great trailer.
Yeah. Do you make those trailers?
Heck yeah, we've got.
See? He makes them!
Graceland, Elvis Presley's home and museum, features one of our snow cone trailers.
That's what I'm talking about. Did you bring one today?
No, but
No, unfortunately.
That's what I'm going to tow with the tour bus.
I'm gonna make up
Snow
for
cone
your
trailer.
behavior today. Check out customfoodtrailerpros.com.
CustomTrailerPros.com
Custom Trailer
is
Pro.
also acceptable.
You're throwing me off, man. God, I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna, you know what? Here, just have all of the Supreme money.
Oh,
perfect.
wow.
Yeah, you can
it's like
have
a
it
million.
all.
Can I get the
Yeah.
gun as
It's like
well?
$1 billion
Yeah,
right
you know
there.
what? Yeah, here. Just fire the money gun. Shoot it at Watson,
He
please.
won.
Like, for real. Like, just pull
Make
the
it
trigger.
rain. Make it rain. Oh, it worked!
Oh, man.
And you're
Done.
done. That's it.
Done.
And
Yeah,
done.
it doesn't last long. Much.
Greatest
It
experience
did
of
not
my
last
life.
very long at all.
It is pretty powerful, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, man. This is either the best episode of Startup Hustle we've ever had or the second best.
Dude, we know which one's the best.
Maybe. We did have a sex coach in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
how
We
does
were
that
asked-
fit into Startup Hustle?
It's a business.
We did
She's
not
she's
talk
got
to
a
her about
business.
rims.
She's got, stop. We got a business. She has a business around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
She's
that
an
is
entrepreneur.
actually a business. It's call it personal improvement, you could
Right.
say. Like, I mean,
Right.
it's just like being a personal trainer or anything else. And then we really, the whole time, the hard part about hosting that episode is I had to preface everything I said by saying, so I'm asking for a friend.
Right. Right.
And so, like, I mean, we talk about the clicker. I mean, it ran out. It
Yeah.
ran out. I had to reset it.
Yeah.
So, and Watson, you know what? You didn't yawn once during that.
No.
Yeah. So,
Why am I getting so many yawns here?
oh, dude, it's
Mobile
calm. Actually,
food is-
no, it's not it at all. It
exciting.
really is. It's the lighting in here. It's kind of lame. And then
And there's no window.
I'm trying for a Pavlovian effect with
you-
Watson. So,
Oh, can you make a trailer we could record podcast in?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
not a bad idea.
With tacos
We've
and
des-
snow cones.
We've designed a sound trailer to make a separate room in there just for tacos and snow cones. Would be no
Perfect.
problem.
Are you on the social medias?
We
Can
are.
we see pictures of all
yeah,
these things?
Yeah. If you check out our MySpace page, you'll also get my favorite songs.
We want to be in your like top 5.
Yeah.
Will you do
oh,
that?
absolutely. Maybe. Probably not. Yeah, Facebook and
God.
Instagram. Just punch in Custom Trailer Pros and we'll pop up.
We're gonna follow you.
Yeah, do it. You'll see lots of pictures of sexy trailers that we've got going out all the time.
Custom Trailer Pros. There
It's a
you
great
are.
time to be in mobile
And
food.
we are following you. So if you want to see who we follow on Instagram, check out @Startup Hustle Podcast, and you can also see stuff like. We should have filmed the money gun. We might have to load that thing up again. But
Take 2.
Yeah, well, you could actually. You know what? This
There's
is
still money
I mean, we're already
everywhere.
so deep into the shenanigans. Hang on, let me get it ready. I know everyone's gonna want to see this. So you're rolling, dude. You just go ahead and fire away. And yeah, try again. There's literally so much money in the money gun. There you go.
Is it too much?
The
So,
paper.
Yeah,
Okay.
possibly.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is the worst performance I think ever.
We give up.
Yeah.
There you go. If you guys want to see the money gun fail, join us on Instagram, and we'll be able to show you.
Oh!
And then it works when I turn off
And
the
you're done.
recording. So,
That's it.
well, who knows? Maybe our production guy that just walked in, Johnny.
Johnny
he's-
on the
He's
spot.
been listening live. And we're sorry, man.
He might start a food truck after this.
Yeah.
Maybe, or put
He needs-
Watson in timeout. That's
right.
Either are acceptable.
Yeah.
So, well, and by the way, I'm on your MySpace page right now.
Yeah.
This is badass.
Yeah.
I mean, you spent some time on this, bro.
Yeah. You'll hear some Collective Soul, Soundgarden.
This picture of you and Justin Timberlake, how'd you pull that off?
You know, at one point in my life,
Does
I
he own a
looked a
food-
little
does
bit
he own a
more
food
like
trailer?
Timberlake than I do now. So
Well,
he actually asked me for that pic.
we like to say that we have faces made for podcasting.
Yeah.
You also talk about like the need for a tour bus. Why did we need a light show and dancers? Like these are things that have been rejected in the budget, largely because we don't generate any revenue from the show, and
Right.
clearly just do this because we have nothing better to do.
At some point, you won't. As you acquire more of those things, you won't be able to call it startup hustle anymore. It's,
it's always a hustle, man.
Tour bus, dancers, and a light show.
I just realized I have quite a stack of ones in my office that we could put in the money.
No. You're going to go to your office in the middle of the fucking show and get cash and then come back? No.
Goal for next episode.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not sure we could get Justin to come back.
I'll come back anytime.
Wow.
I'll be your third.
So you also have nothing else to do.
He'll also be our third worst episode.
No, this isn't worth, man. This is up there, man. This has been fun. We just clearly need to give Watson alcohol before the episodes. You can follow Matt on Instagram as well. You're Matt. What's up?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at DeCourcy Matt, where I actually post wholesome pictures of people like my family and children. And we do. Yeah, I know. We do just.
How cute.
I know people are always like, DeCourcy, you are the most wholesome person that. I know.
You're a stand-up.
All right,
citizen.
we're gonna play mixtape.
Yeah, we've almost forgot.
I didn't. Matt, someone's anchoring this down. I'm keeping it professional.
All right, let's go.
By the way, if you lose this, it's gonna. I mean, that's like not only did you blow Family Feud, but there's a lot of pressure on you. Okay, so with mixtape, you can check out mixtapethegame.com, and you can. If you get the deck, you're going to pull a card out, and you name a scenario. People you're playing with, they pick a song. You got to pick someone else. You get to vote for someone else. You can't vote for yourself.
Sometimes you sing the song.
Sweet. Yeah, it helps. It definitely helps, especially if you don't know the title. So your slow motion gunfight song. And you know what? I'm going with, even though I know it's not a gunfight song, I'm still going with Kung Fu Fighting. Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting.
Nailed it.
Those cats were fast as lightning.
Key change.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
If the podcast doesn't work out, I'm probably going to become a live performer.
I guess I'm going to go with Help by the Beatles.
That was really?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you thought of that one too?
No, I just think, I just used that like 3 episodes ago for something different, but it's good. Help. Right. Do you know the words to that?
Yeah.
Okay, you do? Can you sing them?
Well, everybody forgot the lyrics, and I'm going to star in this new movie about how nobody knows the Beatles.
Right.
No.
Does it have to be a singable song? I think
it can be whatever you want.
Spaghetti westerns.
It can be whatever you want.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't know what to call it.
Yeah, spaghetti western song.
What would we call that? Just the spaghetti western song?
Sure.
All right, we got to vote. God, you guys are making it tough.
All right, what did you have again?
Kung Fu Fighting.
Oh, Kung Fu Fighting.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm
going with his.
I'm going to go with his just because I don't want to vote for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, you
Thank
win
you.
all the money that you shot out of the slow-mo money gun earlier.
Yeah.
Very slow-mo.
Yeah.
One bill at a time.
Oh, my God. Well, anyway, so once again, customtrailerpros.com. We just followed them on Instagram. You can see some of what they do, amongst other things. You guys are located here in Kansas City. You've got production facilities all around. You can build about whatever someone can imagine. Is that right?
Yep, that's it. We production facilities that enable us to be a nationwide dealer. We work with health codes all over.
Do you help people also find forms of financing and everything?
Financing
design,
help.
all of it?
Yeah, I personally have designed over 1,000 trailers.
Wow.
So my top sales guy is a chef. That's his background.
Okay.
So we really bring a food-centric background to what we do. And so we try to think through how can you be the most successful as you get rolling in this.
Literally get rolling.
Yeah,
exactly.
And while you're here, I'd like you to give me an estimate on how much it's going to cost to convert Watson's tour bus into something that's actually useful.
Oh, man.
I know it might
Piece of cake.
I was going to say it might take a while, but either way.
Yeah.
So, see you next time.
Thanks.